Neighbor reported my awning as an illegal structure, and code enforcement showed up the same day. I didn't argue or beg. I signed off on the demolition right there. My neighbor stood downstairs with his arms crossed, looking smug. That night I called a crew and had the awning torn down completely. The next day it started raining, and water came pouring down my outer wall. Without the awning blocking it, the water went straight into my downstairs neighbor's balcony. On the third morning, the community manager knocked on my door with red eyes. His voice was almost gone. Please put the awning back. 5 households downstairs filed a joint complaint. They said their homes are getting moldy. I took a sip of soy milk and said slowly, "It's illegal, I can't." The neighbor who reported me was standing right outside in the hallway, his face dark as a storm cloud. When code enforcement came to my door, I was out on the balcony watering my flowers. 2 uniformed officers looked serious, holding a folder. "Are you Mr. Liu Chen?" "That's me." "We received a report. The awning built onto your balcony exterior is considered an illegal structure and needs to be removed." As he said that, he pointed downstairs. I followed his finger and saw my neighbor Zhang Wei standing there with his arms crossed, leaning against the stone lion by the building entrance. The smug look on his face was impossible to miss. His wife was standing next to him, pointing at me and muttering something. I looked away. I looked at the officer and said, "Okay." The officer froze for a second, like he didn't expect me to cooperate so easily. All the prepared speeches and policy talk got stuck in his throat. "What did you say?" I said, "Okay, I agree to remove it. Where do I sign?" Even the younger officer behind him looked surprised. They dealt with way too many homeowners who cried, screamed, and played dirty over illegal demolition orders. Someone as straightforward as me was a first. The lead officer quickly snapped out of it and pulled out a notice to remove within deadline from the folder. According to regulations, you have 3 days to remove it yourself. If you fail to do so, we will arrange forced demolition. I took the pen and signed my name at the bottom. No need for 3 days, I'll tear it down tonight. Thank you for your cooperation. I went back to the balcony and kept watering my orchids. "Liu Chen, you hear me? Tear that illegal thing down already. Stop hogging shared space." He yelled so loudly that a few elderly people taking a walk in the complex all turned to look. I ignored him. After I finished watering, I took out my phone, opened the owner's group chat, found a contact called Honest Renovation, and made the call. "Hello, is this Master Joe? This is Liu Chen from Building 7, Unit 601. "Oh, Mr. Liu, hello, what do you need?" "I've got an awning on my balcony and I want it taken down tonight. Can you send someone? Money's not an issue, I'll pay extra." Yep, absolutely. We happen to have a crew free tonight. We'll make sure it's removed cleanly." I walked into the kitchen and started making dinner. Zhang Wei's family had moved in downstairs about half a year ago. Ever since they moved in, this building hadn't had a moment of peace. They complained the upstairs footsteps were too loud, complained people left things in the hallway, and even complained that the stray cats in the complex were too noisy near their balcony, which his wife had turned into a sunroom. A couple days earlier, Zhang Wei's wife complained in the owner's group that water from my awning was splashing onto her flowers. Zhang Wei immediately tagged me in the chat and told me to figure it out myself. I replied, "The whole point of an awning is to block rain and redirect water. Dripping when it rains is just basic physics." I guess Zhang Wei felt embarrassed in the group chat because after that he stopped talking.